few days ago, I was looking at my portfolio and saw that gold and silver outperformed every single stock and mutual fund. So this got me thinking, what about other years? What about 2024, 2023, and what about before pandemic, 2018? So I gathered past 10 years data for large cap, mid cap, small cap, micro cap, gold, silver, and fixed deposit, and decided to arrange them and rank them on the basis of their returns for the past 10 years. I'm really curious to see if we can find some kind of pattern here. See if we can compare them with our baseline, which is inflation and fixed deposit, and find out the absolute best asset to invest our hard-earned money. To actually grow our money, it needs to beat inflation, right? So the baseline of this mega comparison should be inflation. Now I'll be throwing the FD returns on table just so we can compare all these asset classes with our most famous and safe fixed deposits. So let's not waste any time and move to our mega comparison table. We are on our comparison table. Let's just add the inflation data right away. Don't worry, the whole table will be revealed step by step as we add each asset type into our table. But look, I see something interesting on the table. Even though we do not have full table right now, we can clearly see that almost every year there are some assets, some investment options that were not able to beat inflation. Because see, inflation has not got the last rank except these 2 years. But when we look at 10-year average, every investment option has beat inflation. Let me quickly add FD data and show you. See, in long term and in majority of these years except 2020, which was a mess if you remember, FD has been able to beat inflation every single time. So that's why I always say start investment as early as you can. Letting your savings just sit in your bank account will not help you in any way. In fact, I recommend that you keep your emergency fund in fixed deposit instead of savings account. Well, we are going a bit off topic, let's get back to the table. Now as you can see, fixed deposits barely beat inflation. And we look at practical inflation. For example, for healthcare inflation, which is at 14%, it falls short by very big margin. But we have a lot of other investment options that we are going to discuss next. So stay tuned till the end of the video. Now let's bring one of the safest investment options, large cap stocks. Large cap stocks are top 100 companies listed on stock market in terms of market capitalization. Now of course the most famous index tracking them is Nifty 50, but of course it tracks only 50 companies out of top 100. But we'll consider Nifty 50 for this comparison to be more practical. Let's add large cap on table. Interesting. See, in each year, performance of large cap is mainly in the middle. It's neither the best nor the worst. You don't expect too much drawdown any year and for it to be the best performing asset either. It's a safe and smart choice. Its 10-year average is 14%, which is not too bad at all. Beats inflation by a very good margin and builds great wealth over a long period of time. It's definitely a great choice. Now enough with the safest option or the smartest option. Now let's look at the roller coaster of stock market, mid cap, small cap and micro cap stocks. First let me quickly tell you what they all mean. Mid cap stocks rank from 101 to 250 on stock market in terms of market capitalization. Similarly, small cap rank from 251 to 500 and from 501 to 750 they are micro cap stocks. So it goes like this. Top 100 stocks, large cap. Now after 150 stocks, they are mid cap. Next 250 stocks are small cap, and after that next 250 stocks are micro cap stocks. Let's add them on the table. I see a lot of patterns on the table. First, see that every year when there were great returns in stocks, micro cap generally outperformed small cap. And similarly, small cap outperformed mid cap. Now this can be clearly seen in 2017, 2020, 2021, 23 and even in 24. But when stocks did pretty average, small cap and micro cap had high drawdowns, and this can be clearly seen in year 2018 and 2019 and even in the last year 2015. So the volatility in small cap and micro cap is significantly higher if we compare it to mid cap or large cap. If we calculate volatility from this table, micro cap has the highest volatility and large cap has the least volatility. So you should only consider them if you are comfortable with that volatility, especially micro cap. I'll reveal the 10-year average by the end, so definitely stick around because the result is not what you are expecting. Now the favorite asset of Indian households, before stocks even existed. Yes, you're right, gold and silver. I'm actually really curious to see how gold and silver will compare over the past few years, because if you remember, last year was really great for precious metals. We saw historic once in a decade performance in them, and they dominated all other asset classes. So I'm actually really curious to how they compare on the table. Let's jump into the data. The biggest observation here is that every year when equity did really well, returns in gold and silver were pretty average. Look at the year 2017 and 2021 and even in 2023. And when equity had bad years, gold and silver outperformed them. This can be seen in the years 2016, 2018 and even in 2022. Now see clearly that there is no fixed pattern that out of gold and silver, which one will do better each year. Sometimes gold outperforms silver and sometimes it's the opposite. In years 2016, 2018, 2019 and even in 2022, gold beats silver. But if we look at years 2020 and 2025, silver beats gold. But look at the table carefully. Except the year 2020, gold has not given a single year with negative returns. And it has consistently beaten inflation every single year. Also, the volatility in silver is far more than gold. So overall, gold is a really safe and less volatile if we compare it to silver. But now the story has changed for the upcoming years. And to understand this, you need to watch this video at the top right corner. It's about silver crash and what we can expect next. Do check it out after you watch this video. It's also linked in the description. Now let's not waste any time and look at the data of 10 years average returns. I thought that due to a massive rally in gold and silver last year, the 10-year average return will be highest, but it's not true. Microcap has beaten gold and silver. So even though microcap has a lot more volatility, in long term it has performed really well. But due to last year's rally in silver, it has come at second rank. But something surprising has happened here. I thought that small cap will beat mid cap and mid cap will beat large cap in long term. But it's not true. Mid cap has beaten both of them and small cap beats large cap by a very small margin. So even with that very high volatility, the long-term returns after considering that volatility is not very great. So mid cap is a surprising asset for me. But see, in long term, every single asset has beaten inflation and fixed deposits. So I can draw some conclusions from this mega comparison. Number 1, start your investment journey as early as you can. Do not wait for that perfect moment. Number 2, diversification. No asset has outperformed every single year. If you look at the table carefully, you need to diversify to maximize your gains and to minimize the risk. Because if you see, no asset in the table has outperformed every single year. One time it's gold, next time it's maybe large cap, maybe micro cap. So you never know. You should always diversify. Number 3, invest in gold. It will protect you in years when equities do not do well. It's your concept called hedging. Number 4, to maximize the gains, you need to invest for long term. Some years may be good, some years may be bad, but in long term they are real wealth builders. So stay invested and don't sell your investment just because equities performed badly for a couple of years. So that's it for the video. Let me know what you think about this mega comparison. And tell me on the comments, would you like to see a similar mega comparison between different sectors like defense, automobile, IT, FMCG, etc. If you found this video helpful, like the video, share it to your friends and family. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more such amazing content. And if you want to know more about who engineered the silver crash in early February and what to expect next, watch this video.